Hi, we are Divinity Consulting Co., making your big data prayers come true. Industry 4.0, the engine behind big data. Today, we will understand how data analytics can transform Superstore. We will do that through understanding data-driven company expansion, understanding current data exploration, and how we can use that to increase profit, increase productivity, and increase efficiency. And lastly, we will also include data expansion and introducing IELTS Lab Connects and IELTS Lab Flows.
Today we will be discussing Divinity Consultations 5 4 Path Towards Success. Strategy, implementation, metrics, action, alignment. Analytics, the ability to tell a story that gives insight into a problem. It is driven by an economy based on consumer needs. Data on customer behavior has never been more readily available. Big data will help Superstore stay relevant, stay competitive, increase operational and strategic capacity.
The GDPR is one of the strictest data privacy rules in the world. It is part of the European Union and it affects companies that deal with any EU residents both in and outside the EU borders. Since its adoption in May 2018, several companies have struggled to be able to adapt to these strict data privacy laws. However, soon these will become an industry standard. Because so few companies are comfortable entering into the European Union market, we believe that Superstore has an advantage in the EU. This advantage also includes the fact that Superstore has the ability to adapt to these policies ahead of time and really be able to use its status to use this policy to its advantage.
Country is easier to do business. The highest one has the best value of GDP per capita. Through the average point, we choose Norway to be our choice. This country is worthy for the store to expand globally.
Choosing Norway. Norway includes the positives of ease of business, urban population, and highest GDP per capita. However, the negatives also include different language and high business tax rate.
Hypothesis. For our group, we had three different hypotheses. First, we believe that Superstore is currently losing money due to high discount rates. Second, we would like to learn is which segments are Superstore doing the worst and best in, and how can they influence country expansion? And third, we would like to know is there a correlation between shipping mode and profit? Our first trend we decided to look into is Superstore losing money due to high discount rates? As you can see from our trend line, there is in fact a medium negative correlation between profit and discount rates. About 16% discounts is when Superstore starts to make a loss on almost all of its products. To further expand, if you look at Superstore's top 25 average discount locations that made over $1,000 in sales, not a single one of the 25 locations made a profit. The next thing we decided to look into is which segments are Superstore doing the worst and best in, and how can they influence country expansion. Well, if you look at the charts on the left, you can see that furniture is clearly the weakest link in Superstore sales, averaging 2.5% profit ratio compared to the 17% both office supplies and technology hold, as well as only making an average of $18,451 in profit compared to the $122,000 in profit from office supplies and the $145,000 in profit from technology. If you look further into the subcategories of each category, you can further see that furniture is clearly losing because of tables as well as bookshelves, with bookcases losing about 3% per sale and tables losing about 9% per sale. totaling in at over $20,000 loss of profit. On the other side, you can see phones, copiers, and accessories, which are all part of the tech category, are Superstore's largest earners, with copiers making $55,000 in profit, phones making $45,000 in profit, and accessories making $41,000 in profit, with each having a healthy profit ratio of over 25%. And lastly, is there a correlation between shipping mode and profit? And if you look at the graphs on the left, you will see shipping mode compared to profit, profit ratio, and profit per order. And while standard class shipping makes the most profit for the company, it's actually first class shipping that on average makes almost 2% more profit per order compared to standard shipping, which leads to the statement, on average, an order for first class is most profitable, whereas an order for standard class is the least profitable. However, this correlation couldn't be measured due to a lack of metrics. Metrics that need to be included, including size and location of the cargo. Our first course of action to implement for Superstore is to stop offering tables and bookcases. If Superstore were to stop offering tables and bookcases, furniture's profit ratios triple, and the overall profit for furniture selection doubles. As you can see on the left chart, furniture was averaging 2.5% profit ratio and made a profit of $18,451. These same numbers, if tables and bookcases were taken out, are now 9.4% profit ratio and $39,649 in profit for furniture. This is significant than before and is a simple enough change for a Superstore to implement to make it more profitable.
However, Superstore's future isn't just dependent on using analytics to guide our actions, which we currently are doing. Our goal in Superstore's future is tied to using analytics to help predict our next move. The first step towards that future for Superstore is by creating an experimental design. And the choice that we chose for the design was based on your current data, and that place is Florida. The reason that we chose Florida is that with 7 stores, it's easy to manage, but most importantly, Florida has a steady growth rate. And because it has such a steady growth rate, we will really begin to see the changes that analytics can have in Florida, whether that's negative, but we promise you there will probably be a positive trend. The first step in that process of our region experiment is application. We'll have a tech come over to Superstore headquarters and help set up our labs. Second is staff integration and training. We'll have a full-time person there to help you and your staff members get acquainted. Third is marketing and customer integration, in which customers understand what we're doing and how we're applying that new technology. What are IELTS Labs Connect and IELTS Lab Flow? Well, the mark sign of a true data company is when the focus of the company goes from selling a product to anticipating customer needs. The future of Superstore is anticipating and providing the needs for our customers before they even realize they have that need. IELTS Lab Connect and IELTS Lab Flow won't just help Superstore gain a competitive edge, it will help Superstore stay relevant when most of their competitors have already adapted and are currently using this technology. IELTS Lab Connect is a free Wi-Fi that is located in-store, and it will help Superstore collect more personal info. The overall goal of IELTS Lab Connect is customer convenience as well as corporate flexibility. IELTS Lab Flow is an app that can improve the service for a customer, but it can also research that customer's behavior. It is not only convenient for the customers, it helps to understand data-driven decision-making. It can also highlight a corporation's weakness and help them improve their products. Our goal is to have implementation across the country. Once then, we can begin to integrate a supervised data learning approach, which will integrate all the current data that we have collected. The second goal is data-driven marketing through programmatic advertising software, customer-targeted advertising through loyalty programs, and a custom subscription model based on corporate buyers' past purchases. The goal is to get to a predictive model-based approach that will help guide Superstore's long-term strategic goals, but will never be able to make the decisions for Superstore. The change you want to create is a people-driven change, and that includes all the people that participate in your organization. That includes your consumers as well as your salespeople. The important thing to know about salespeople is that we have to make them understand that analytics is there for them. The first step is to make analytics available to salespeople. The second step is to create a pre-programmed quarterly annual stats report. And that stats report will help them to increase their commission rate every quarter. Fourth, the goal is to have stats integrated into sales training for corporate salespeople. In order to connect to our customers, it's important to have a policy of transparency and honesty, especially in today's climate that is clearly centered around data privacy regulation. That is why it's important to have a clear data privacy agreement and regulation. Second, it's important to make sure that value is apparent for your customers whenever they give you their data. Third, we need to use analytics to communicate in your customer's desired language. And that means to communicate in whatever way they want to hear that form of advertising or that form of marketing. Superstore's big data dreams begin with the road we're currently traveling on. In order for a true transformation to occur, it's important to have a strong team to help you transition, aka Divinity Consulting Co. But it's also important to have a strong transformational culture, having the right staff, and having the right technology. All things that we can help Superstore guide on its journey.
Becoming a data-driven company just requires putting the pieces together. There's no God involved. Divinity Consulting Company helping you big data prayer come true.